Is this PBK or something else? We see pseudophakic bullous keratopathy so often that we get biased, and whenever we see diffuse corneal edema in an old pseudophakic patient, PBK becomes our default diagnosis. Something similar happened with this gentleman who was referred for PBK management. This 66-year male noticed blurring of vision 15 days ago. He had undergone uneventful cataract surgery 4 years ago. Vision at presentation was counting finger close to face and IOP was high. There was diffuse corneal edema and few scattered scars. But on careful slit lamp examination, I could see diffuse KPs over entire cornea, which made me suspect something else. In last video, we have seen that HSV endothelitis exists in 3 forms. Disky form is the most common, followed by generalized endothelitis and very rarely linear endothelitis. In generalized endothelitis, large area becomes edematous in comparison to disky form. Treatment is almost similar to disky form with steroids and antivirals, and resolution happens without leaving any scar. I suspected this entity here also and started treatment with intensive topical steroids and topical antivirals. Acetylzolamide was given for IOP control. Within 3 days, patient was better. And at 1 week, we can see remarkable improvement in edema. KPs were very clearly visible now. Steroids tapering was started. At 2 weeks, edema totally resolved and vision improved to 618. We can appreciate a diffuse central haze indicating that there was some previous stromal involvement also. Certain clues can help us in making correct diagnosis. In PBK, usually visual loss is very gradual. Secondly, if cataract surgery has some complications, there may be pigment on endothelium but not KPs. And if there is still some doubt, there is no harm in giving a 1-week trial of steroids under antiviral cover. Another much rarer entity is linear endothelitis. It is so rare that I have seen only 1 case in 21 years of practice. He had a very interesting history. This 73-year male was referred by my colleague to whom this patient had presented first time in May 22. At that time, his IOP was 37 and there were few KPs. Diagnosis of Posner-Schlossman was made and he was treated with steroids and IOP lowering agents. When after 8 months he again presented to him, there was again high IOP. My colleague again started treatment on the lines of Posner-Schlossman, but during follow-up he noticed that there was superior corneal edema. When I examined this patient, his vision was 624. Despite medication, his IOP was 20. We can see that there is a sectoral edema as if some curtain-like thing is coming down, and there are KPs under the edema. In this disease, edema starts from periphery and moves towards the center. This form of endothelitis is considered equivalent to Khoda-Dost line, which we see in graft rejection. Secondly, in this entity, viral load is considered high, so we have to give oral antivirals in therapeutic dose. Steroids are recommended in both oral and topical form. There was not much change in 4 days, but eventually edema cleared in 12 days. Now medication tapering was started. So whenever we see corneal edema, we must try to scan endothelium for KPs. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope it will help you in managing your corneal edema patients.